Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, June 4th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 692 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. U.S. Army chooses winner to build its new Striker gun system. America's gun obsession is rooted in slavery. Unchain her wife, the Orthodox women shining a light on get refusal. Biden's new $1 trillion infrastructure offer reportedly swaps in 15% minimum corporate tax for tax hike. Former Bush chief strategist says U.S. needs to go all in with the Democratic Party to guard a republic. Court sides with millionaire in wild egg donor custody case. Banished for bleeding, tribal Indian women get better period huts. I was inside its mouth, Florida man attacked by alligator in river. This undercover operative says she recruited the Proud Boys for the GOP. 8. Nicaraguan opposition figure held incommunicado. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Netanyahu, facing ouster, claims his potential replacement cannot stand up to Biden, Fox News. Kim Kardashian wept about feeling like a failure and a loser as her marriage to Kanye West ended after admitting she'd been unhappy for years, BuzzFeed News. Hong Kong Vical organizer arrested on Tiananmen anniversary, The Associated Press. Roy Jones says Logan Paul has zero chance to beat Floyd Mayweather, are you serious, TMZ. Bitcoin falls after Elon Musk tweets breakup meme, CNBC. Fauci, are you saying we're implicated over $120K a year for bad surveillance, Fox News. Lakers vs. Suns score, takeaways, LeBron James, Los Angeles eliminated from playoffs by Phoenix in Game 6, CBSSports.com. Pershing Square Tontine Holdings, Limited, PSTH, confirms discussions to acquire 10% of the ordinary shares of Universal Music Group, UMG, for approximately $4 billion, representing an enterprise value of €35 billion, Yahoo Finance. Heart reaction probed as possible rare vaccine link in teens, The Associated Press. Belarusian journalist Roman Protasevich appears on state TV as critics decry his detention as a hostage-taking, CNN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. These are the most popular dog breeds in every state. Jimmy Kimmel asks people to ID Jill Biden and the answers are doozies. If your work clothes don't fit after a year of the pandemic, you're not alone. How to answer are you interviewing with other companies, in a job interview? 4 things to do now if you haven't seen a doctor during the pandemic. Is it safe to eat meat after the JBS hack? Here's everything you should know. Rachel Maddow warns what may come next from Trump supporters. War on Thanksgiving. In June, Fox News segment takes an unexpected turn. Kneel before Trump, George P. Bush mocked for selling out his own family. Leave him alone, Don Lemon urges media to just ignore Lounge Act Trump. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Shelter-in-place order extended for Wood River. Experts concerned about plant growing in CT rivers. Woman accused of shooting nail salon owner. State rep introduces 12 new police reform bills. High school students organize their own prom. New cell phone video shows police shooting. Teen with heart defects avoids second heart surgery. Explosion causes scrap metal fire, street closure in Oklahoma City. Man travels country to raise cancer awareness. TN holds tax-free holiday for gun safety equipment. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Third COVID wave feared in Africa as vaccinations falter. Are workers staying on sidelines? Economists will look to jobs report. A months-long battle on the Upper West Side ends. Can the pandemic rescue Britain's shopping areas? This town hopes so. Hong Kong, newly constrained, tries to remember Tiananmen massacre. FDA approves new drug to treat vaginal yeast infections. The hunt for clarity about Van Gogh's last days leads to Maine. What the COVID rookie saw. A historic moment for Israeli Arabs, but with a question mark. How will the mayoral candidates manage New York streets? The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Biden cabinet members avoid huge tax hits thanks to little-known federal law. Senator Kevin Cramer, Biden's pipeline to Putin, his decision puts American national security at risk. Shocking video shows teen set woman's hair on fire on San Francisco bus. Capitol riot caused at least $1.50 in damage, prosecutors reveal. Netanyahu, facing ouster, claims his potential replacement cannot stand up to Biden. State Department was steered away from coronavirus origins probe, ex-officials say. Rapidly Stefanik, Pelosi, House Democrats' drug pricing bill jeopardizes our national security. Ohio school board fires 7 coaches who allegedly tried to force Hebrew-Israeli teen to eat pepperoni pizza. Hunter Biden-linked lobbying firm facing Department of Justice probe, report says. The Office actress latest to be slimed by toxic Twitter and moronic media. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, June 4th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. These shows established a new vision of America. David Camp on book Sunny Days, Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Vanessa Bryant blasts Nike after Mambassador shoe surface online, in buyer's hands. It was divine intervention, NY mother Judy Tedesco survives 3 brain aneurysms, discovered by accident. It was like Snooki never left, Vinny Guadagnino and Angelina Pivarnik on MTV's Jersey Shore family vacation. Miracle drug will stay in production, extending Minnesota toddler's life. Allison Tolman and Nick Frost on Why Women Kill Season 2, it's a great summer watch. Floyd Mayweather vs. Logan Paul bragging rights pay-per-view, how to watch, stream. Snooki is the frosting to our cake, Jenny Farley and Dina Nicole Cortez on MTV's Jersey Shore family vacation. It was wonderful jumping into 1949, Jordan Christie on Paramount Plus Why Women Kill. Child tax credit, how much money will the government pay you each month? The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. France will allow fully vaccinated Britons in for holidays from June 9th. Jet2 cancels all international flights and holidays until July 1st. Police launch urgent searching for 13-year-old boy who has been missing for more than a week. Geology, study reveals how tidal wave demolished 373 miles of Scotland's coastline 8,200 years ago. Furniture village hit by a cyber attack leaving customers with nothing to sit on and unable to pay. Life with Boris had become impossible, PM's ex-wife Marina Wheeler speaks about their marriage. Bartender wins lawsuit against Cuba Gooding Jr. over claims the actor pinched her butt. Crackdown on rubbish drivers, selfish motorists are told to stop using roads as a dump. Stonewall tells employers to not use mother and to say parent who has given birth instead. Doctor who warned that a pandemic was coming is now slammed for having a conflict of interest. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. COVID-19 live updates. Fauci urges China to release medical records of Wuhan researchers. German Archbishop offers to quit over church abuse scandals. Hong Kong Vigil organizer arrested on Tiananmen anniversary. Tribunal to examine China genocide allegations begins as Beijing slams Far's hearing. Pakistani Taliban kill 2 policemen overnight in Islamabad. South Korea's Air Force chief resigns over woman's death. Hong Kong police seal off park, issue jail threats ahead of ban Tiananmen vigil. In the race between variants and vaccines, rich Asia-Pacific countries finally start their sprint. In Belarus, yellow tags single out political prisoners. Palestinian support for Hamas surges after its confrontation with Israel. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus live news. France to welcome vaccinated tourists. Cyprus checkpoints reopen after 15-month closure. America's gun obsession is rooted in slavery. Carol Anderson. California sheriff warns officers not to join far-right extremist groups. Records reveal. The computer will see you now. Is your therapy session about to be automated? At least 10 states divert federal welfare funding to anti-abortion clinics. Monarch butterflies are nearly extinct. California has a plan to save them. Police gripped by arrest of Ashcroft's son's partner over officer's death. NHS-GP appointments app announces 3 billion US stock market listing. Vaccine win. Guam launches lottery prize for vaccine recipients. Ousted Myanmar politicians call for Rohingya to join fight against junta. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. COVID-19 spurs shutdown of Mission Impossible set. Former Trump WH counsel to appear before House committee for long-awaited testimony. High school valedictorian denounces abortion law in surprise graduation speech. Purdue Pharma bankruptcy plan that would give Sackler family immunity moves forward. Pence, I'll likely never see eye to eye with Trump on January 6. 5 more coffins found in Tulsa race massacre victim search. Puerto Rico to reopen bars, clubs for first time amid pandemic. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Top German cleric asks to quit over church sex abuse failures. Roman Protasevich, Belarus journalist's confession was forced, family says. Tiananmen, Hong Kong Vigil organizer arrested on 32nd anniversary. Canada, Google apologizes for ugliest Indian language search result. Mission Impossible 7 halts UK filming due to positive COVID tests. COVID, White House defends Dr. Fauci over lab leak emails. Euro 2020, what is the climate cost of tournament staged in 11 countries? Hong Kong sets $1.30 parking space price record. India orders 300 million unapproved COVID jabs. UN, cost of food rises at fastest pace in over a decade. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. On this day, June 4, 2017. Man shot dead during Minneapolis arrest attempt. Give Send Go data, Koch family member donated to crowdfunding campaign claiming election fraud. Pandemic misery index finds hardship hit most people, but Black and Latino Americans suffered most. Latest COVID-19 updates. Oregon fires a cautionary tale in worsening drought. Tigray rebels tell AP they will fight till victory. HK vigil organizer said to be arrested. Hence, I'll likely never see eye to eye with Trump. Mississippi teen fatally shot hours after she graduated from high school. One dead after deputy-involved shooting in Minneapolis. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. LA County mass COVID-19 vaccination sites to be replaced by smaller ones this month. Man arrested in connection with vandalism of West LA synagogue. Hero pay bill for healthcare workers fizzles in California legislature. California lawmakers block proposed gun tax to fund violence prevention programs. California extends ability for restaurants to serve alcohol outdoors, for delivery and to go. Azusa police suffered a ransomware attack in 2018, the city kept it secret. Searing heat waves set records in California's inland areas, even as coasts stay cool. California panel recommends ending mask rules for workers if every person in the room is vaccinated. Here's how to access Healthvana and other COVID-19 vaccination records. Busted: 3 dangerous social media myths about COVID-19 vaccines. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, June 4th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. TikTok just gave itself permission to collect biometric data on US users, including face prints and voice prints. Mexico counts 88 assassinations of politicians just days before the upcoming elections. Ukraine's leader moves to strip oligarchs of power with new bill. The Brazilian Amazon is burning, again. Polish man steals 591 scratch cards, none of them was winning, and he's facing 5 years in prison. Fauci calls on China to release medical records of Wuhan lab workers. 2 billion people to face water shortages as ice on the world's highest mountains melts, warns UNDP. Dark ships off Argentina ring alarms over possible illegal fishing. Vessels logged 600k hours recently with their ID systems off, making their movements untrackable. Hong Kong media say organizer of Tiananmen vigil arrested. A new study published on Thursday found that North Atlantic right whales have shrunk by an average of 3 feet over the past 20 years. The study, published in the peer-reviewed science journal Current Biology, said the shrinking of the marine giants is due to human activity. Kuwait to jail, fine anyone who deals with Israel. Joe Biden expands investment ban on blacklisted Chinese tech companies. Belarus, mass detentions start after portraits of Lukashenko appeared at town dump. Norway summons U.S. embassy over spying allegations. The next headlines are from Forbes. Fauci asks Beijing to release medical records of Wuhan lab workers who fell sick in 2019. How blockchain data company cracked the China market. Medusa is U.S. Navy's secret mine-laying submarine. UFC star Conor McGregor reacts to becoming the world's top-paid athlete. I'm a disruptor. The methodology behind the 2021 list of the world's highest-paid athletes. Highest paid athletes 2021, all-time highs for NFL, NBA and soccer players, and more numbers to know. Malaysian tycoon Syed Mokhtar Al-Bukhari offers $714 million to take MMC private. Are trade tariffs to blame for swelling inflation? Philippine billionaire Ramonang San Miguel earmarks $627 million to expand animal feeds production capacity as profit jumps. Billionaire William Lee's NEO speeding up plans to expand via Norway. The next headlines are from Nature.com. WHO approval of Chinese coronavac COVID vaccine will be crucial to curbing pandemic. Nasal delivery of an IgM offers broad protection from SARS-CoV-2 variants. Use microaffirmations and call out microaggressions to help others. Daily briefing, NASA announces 2 missions to Venus. The perfect storm, lax social distancing fuel the coronavirus variant's Brazilian surge. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,709,552,378 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. CJENM unveils 4-series Mandarin language package. Vivendi enters talks with Pershing Square Funds to sell 10% of UMG. Amit Malhotra to lead HBO Max rollout in Southeast Asia. China's Douban platform bans popular accounts as censorship is raised for Tiananmen Square anniversary. Grey's Anatomy Season 17 finale finds moments of joy 1 year after COVID-19. EWA chief Tony Khan talks trends impacting football, wrestling, soccer on TV. Alison Russell's beautiful, harrowing Outside Child is a musical memoir nonpareil, album review. Hedge fund giant Pershing Square eyes stake in Universal Music Group. Emmy predictions, supporting actress in a limited series or TV movie, has Julianne Nicholson's overdue awards moment finally arrived? Patti Smith, George Clinton, Summer of Soul, many more headline New York Summer Stage 2021 season lineup. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Want to mix 2 different COVID-19 vaccines? Canada is fine with that. After 2-year legal fight, ex-Trump aide will testify on Russia investigation. Biden and Senator Capito try again to bridge their infrastructure divide. Donut or donut? Discuss. U.S. sending 1 million coronavirus vaccines to Mexico border cities, resort spots. F. Lee Bailey, celebrity defense attorney, has died at 87. Surge in traffic deaths in 2020 linked to drivers' risky behavior during the pandemic. The Postmaster General is under federal investigation over campaign contributions. More than 100 LGBTQ candidates are competing in Mexico's election. How Russia used an overt agent to attack Joe Biden in the 2020 election. The following headlines are from The Week. Southern Oregon is bracing for a tense anti-government standoff over irrigation water. Oil companies begin to face reality. The Great American Divorce. Biden's budget predicts the Roaring Twenties will end in 2022. Oh no. Jimmy Kimmel found Kim Jong-un his new assistant dictator. Biden details where the U.S. will send its first 25 million donated COVID-19 vaccines. 2 days after her wedding, bride donates kidney to new husband's ex-wife. In new report, intelligence officials cannot explain most UFO sightings. Biden to meet with Queen Elizabeth during visit to UK. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Texas Observer announces finalists in the 15th Annual Molly Journalism Prizes. Again, Texas Republicans fail to get local labor protections. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Ingenuity's 6th flight didn't go so smoothly. Solar horns at sunrise, our guide to the June 10th annular solar eclipse. NASA orders up a double shot of Venus missions amid questions about life. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, June 4th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. All you need to know, June solstice 2021. Whales make rainbows. Come to know the summer triangle. The most ancient spiral galaxy yet. What is the age of Earth? May lunar eclipse and a colorful cosmic cloud. Big and Little Dippers on June evenings. The next news is from Politico. Iran nuclear talks take a break, here are the sticking points. Europe risks being left out of space race with US, China, says space boss. George Floyd's murder transformed America. The nation's cartoonists on the week in politics. Opinion: Biden talks a big game on Europe, but his actions tell a different story. That's where we get the leg up, how former government officials boost Amazon's cloud computing unit. What makes Caitlyn Jenner run? Republicans dive into politically fraught push for COVID's origin story. Pence says he and Trump may never see eye to eye on January 6th insurrection. USA Today fights subpoena aimed at readers of Florida FBI shooting story. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. NRL 2021 Round 13 live updates, Tigers v Panthers at Leichhardt Oval. Mental health figures contradict claims of massive surge at WA hospitals. AFL 2021 live updates, Melbourne Demons, Brisbane Lions test out top 4 claims in the Friday night football. New Delta variant outbreak dashes hope of lockdown reprieve. Ricky Nixon spared parking fines over use of ambulance. There can be no horsing around on concussion, Joey. SCG expected to host Queen's birthday clash, as chaos continues amid Victoria's lockdown. Where does and Rugby Australia begin push to keep Paris, Swinton? Victoria COVID live updates, Delta variant detected in Melbourne as state records 4 new local cases, Avalon Airport quarantine facility to be built. As a mother, Senator challenges NDIS reforms. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Post-pandemic global travel headaches continue as UK yanks Portugal from safe destination list. Offices are negotiating a return to work, but many people never left their workplace during the pandemic. Why is there a bicycle shortage? It's got a lot to do with why fireworks are scarce. Bidas, not bad, freebie alert, get 4 months of Amazon's ad-free, 75 million song streaming music service free. Kelly Blue Book, this is the 3-row midsize SUV that costs the least over 5 years. NerdWallet, is it a good idea to get Medicare if you're still working at 65? Next Avenue, aging in place can be cost-effective, but requires good financial planning. Europe markets, European stocks and U.S. equity futures tread water ahead of jobs data. Crypto, Elon Musk breaks up with Bitcoin, cryptic tweet has some crypto bulls fearing the worst. Government report on UFOs finds no evidence of aliens, but no evidence it's not aliens either. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. CSIR has powerful set of research and patents ecosystem, PM Modi, Dev Discourse. C-Hub and Alexandra Elbakayan, The Times of India blog. Amrita Center for Nanosciences and Molecular Medicine bags 7 new medical patents, India Education Diary. Morici, Biden's tax policies would hurt investment, jobs and innovation, Rapid City Journal. Patenting software inventions in Korea and the U.S., intellectual property, worldwide, Mondak News alerts. Searching for patents and patentability of AI and software inventions, Session 2 of the Masterclass on IP News Center. IP forecast, Fed, CERC, set to drill into fracking patent fight, Law 360. Own a part of history, UC Berkeley to sell non-fungible tokens of scientific discoveries, Daily Californian. Patent eligibility law, status quo for now, but is change on the horizon, intellectual property, United States, Mondak News alerts. Amrita University bags 7 new medical patents news today Chennai NYOOZ. The next headlines are from Quartz. Local governments are going to war with facial recognition technology. Global food prices, erasing Tiananmen Square, Starlink's near misses. Black Lives Matter continues to inspire Zimbabwe's online activists. India's largest tech firm has proved that work from home has significant green gains. What have India's farmers achieved after 6 months of protests? Members of Congress are pressing the NBA to get tough on Xinjiang cotton. Stack Overflow just sold for $1.8 billion, but its value to job seekers is incalculable. What every workplace can learn from Google's antisemitism debacle. The Jesuits plan to compensate their slaves' descendants get reparation wrong. Biden delays satellite traffic control as near misses rise. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Twitch manages to get out some disappointment with music industry over latest round of DMCA claims. Man sues after field drug test says his daughter's ashes are meth and ecstasy. Now that Amazon has bought MGM, will it turn against the internet? Corporations are being forced to take consumer complaints back to court after arbitration push backfires spectacularly. How predictive policing got a Chicago man shot twice. Daily Deal, the 2021 complete all-in-one Adobe Creative Cloud Suite course bundle. Chia cryptocurrency, started by BitTorrent creator Bram Cohen, engaging in obnoxiously bogus trademark bullying. Stanford Federalist Society tries to cancel law student for satirical email about Josh Hawley. Supreme Court says the community caretaking exception doesn't apply to warrantless searches of people's homes. A conversation about video game preservation in the gaming industry is long overdue. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Superbad. Bruins. Peru versus Colombia. Mexico. When is Father's Day 2021? Spirit Untamed. Roger Federer. USMNT. Joanna Gaines. Grimes. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Belarusian opposition to State TV interview with hostage Protasevich jailed activist voices fear of extradition to Donbass. Budapest's use of Russia's Sputnik V paid off despite EU's attempt to politicize vaccine, Hungarian FM's Zsardo tells RT. Russia's compliance with OPEC Plus oil production deal close to 100%, former energy minister. Germany warns EU cannot work if member states keep obstructing policy, as Hungary once again blocks statement condemning China. Looney Tunes ahead of Team USA, LeBron says he's focusing on Toon Squad instead of Olympics this summer. Actions, not promises required to restore nuclear deal, says Iran's supreme leader. Vietnam approves China's Sinopharm coronavirus vaccine as country sees infections uptick. Europe loses 3 times more from sanctions than Russia, Banca Intesa. Embattled Japan donates more than 1 million COVID-19 shots to Taiwan, doubling Taipei's vaccine stocks. 2 flu strains may have gone extinct due to COVID suppression measures, report claims. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Italian artist sells invisible sculpture for $18,000. Russia's $186 billion sovereign wealth fund dumps all dollar assets. Can Iceland become the world's first green hydrogen economy? UN worried as global food prices soar to 10-year high. Danish authorities shut down access to BitTorrent over dangerous COVID-19 information. Russia says NATO to supply Ukraine with advanced weapons under guise of Black Sea drills. China's Belt and Road being built with forced labor. Make way for the snitch state, the all-seeing fourth branch of government. New details emerge of highly modified drones snooping on critical infrastructure. Liberating yourself from Faucism. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. U.S. finds no evidence aerial sightings were alien spacecraft, NIT. Vaccinating children not a high priority amid shortage, WHO. How the JDA can and cannot advance Palestinian rights. China transfixed by elephants long trek from Yunnan home. On Myanmar, ASEAN's empty diplomatic rhetoric is costing lives. Muslims near India's Hindu temple allege pressure to vacate homes. Bear paws, pangolin scales, wildlife trade flourishing in Mekong. Absolving empire in Palestine. Former Mauritius PM on Era Jugnauth dies at 91. UN calls on Yemen's Houthis to allow stranded oil tanker probe. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Watch, Mike Pence vows he will not allow Democrats, media to distract from administration intent on dividing our country. Mike Pence, Joe Biden campaigned as a moderate but he's most liberal president since FDR. CNN's Lemon to Manchin and Sinema, don't hide behind the filibuster, just say black and brown people's votes should be restricted. FNC's Carlson, Simon & Schuster will publish my account of their censorship. Watch, Mike Pence, critical race theory teaches kids to be ashamed of their skin color. CNN's Acosta, advisors trying to talk insane Trump off the ledge. NIT director, lab theory didn't get attention it maybe should have, but it was on mind of me and Fauci. Doug Jones, Dems can get 10 Republican senators to support uniform standards on voting. Manchin, I don't think you should pass infrastructure with just Democrats, we need to be bipartisan. Vermont Republican governor seeks to give non-citizens voting rights in local elections. The next headlines are from UPI News. Illinois woman wins $1 million lottery prize in Florida. Police, driver who got stuck on golf course was following GPS. Animal control officer rescues deer from heavy machinery. Watch, diver reunites woman with camera lost in lake for nearly 10 years. Watch, dog's alarm credited with saving New York church after fire ops. Wheel whackers keep snakes out of planes in California desert. Badger rescued after tunneling into high-security British Army facility. Look, tomatoes spill leaves England highway looking like the set of a horror film. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Veteran donates 36 acres of land to build retreat for homeless vets struggling with addiction. Artist fills public potholes with colorful mosaics, restoring roads and sidewalks. Look. An armless archer aims to win gold at Summer Paralympic Games joining Team USA. Video. 7-year-old girl obsessed with space will become the first kid to send an item to the moon. 2-year-old girl with a genius IQ is the youngest American to become member of Mensa. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, June 4th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Google apologizes for search results showing Kannada as ugliest language in India. Twitter Blue subscription service launches in Australia and Canada. San Francisco man returns Bob Dylan album to library 48 years overdue. Publix customers hit man with boxes of sausages after he stabs employee. Google diversity head removed over anti-Semitic blog post. Sheriff attacked by a flying dildo riding a drone. A bride collapsed and died at her wedding. The groom then married the woman's sister with her dead body lying in the next room. Accusations fly fast after sex toy on drone interrupts campaign event. Jeremy Clarkson successfully herds sheep with a drone, until he doesn't. Bride dies of heart attack during wedding, groom marries her sister. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Accessible technology is better when it's built by those who rely on it. Developers, use side projects to build a career you can be proud of. Dark patterns that mislead consumers are all over the internet. Apple promises AirTags will get an Android app and better privacy. Twitter's new Blue service is yet another tax on minorities. EU unveils plans for digital ID wallet for accessing services across the bloc. China's Wudao AI is 10x bigger than GPT-3, and it can sing. Review: Google's Pixel Buds A series are its cheapest and best wireless earbuds yet. The Twitter Blue subscription service is now available in Australia and Canada. Lyft's new e-bike has better battery capacity and more safety features. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Stone Age rave to the beat of elk tooth rattles. Filter membrane renders viruses harmless. Underwater ancient cypress forest offers clues to the past. South Pole and East Antarctica warmer than previously thought during last ice age, 2 studies show. Genetic base editing treats sickle cell disease in mice. Mockingbirds follow similar musical rules as those found in human music. What guides habitual seeking behavior explained. North Atlantic right whales have gotten smaller since the 1980s. Front row view reveals exceptional cosmic explosion. A shark mystery millions of years in the making. The next headlines are from Information Week. Preparing for the upcoming quantum computing revolution. Automation strategies are shaping up. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, June 4th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. Science, solar arrays launch on NASA's SpaceX cargo mission. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Yet another report trashes plan for a landfill near the Great Salt Lake. Family in Syracuse finds body of a man under their deck. 100-degree weather expected Friday in Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City School Board member arrested during child porn investigation. 46% of Utahns have received at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine. Mike Conley's MRI reveals mild right hamstring strain. He'll be re-evaluated before second-round Game 1. Behind the headlines, Rep Blakemore on the Capitol siege, the Utah Jazz in the playoffs and the importance of pride. Does LDS faith drive fringe views? Not as much as you might think. After leaving Utah for Minnesota last year, guard Bothgach is reversing course and returning to the U. Sponsored, $1 million quartet talent at Tuacan is worth $1 million. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. 7-11 is opening 500 of charging stations by the end of 2022. Why NASA is blasting water bears and bobtail squid into space. Sharks nearly went extinct 90 million years ago from mystery event. Atari VCS game console finally launches June 15th. Samsung will shut down the V1 SmartThings hub this month. Apple wants staff back in offices by September. Facebook to end special treatment for politicians. Amazon's cost-saving routing algorithm makes drivers walk into traffic. Using fake reviews to find dangerous extensions. Miami readies for largest Bitcoin conference in history. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Advisory Board presents recommendations for how St. Louis should spend millions in federal relief dollars. St. Louis woman meets child she saved with bone marrow donation. Child pulled from pond in St. Louis County, rushed to hospital. Experts warn of 100 deadliest days for teen drivers. Hundreds in Wood River, alas to shelter in place another night as rail cars vent dangerous chemical into the air. Schmidt drops lawsuit against St. Louis County. Mo Democrats in General Assembly say special session request over police funding not necessary. Cyber attack targets St. Clair County government computers. St. Louis man gets 23 years for drug trafficking, murder for hire scheme. Summer is here in Sortix. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Father reflects on tragic loss of 3 young daughters in head-on crash. Standoff after chase blocks freeways for hours in North County. Man accused of laundering cartel money faces charges in San Diego. After flip-flop votes, OSHA still considering workplace mask mandate. At least 1 killed in fiery crash in East County. Fewer than 100 people now hospitalized with COVID in San Diego. Local man finds last known letter before Amelia Earhart's disappearance. To-go drinks, outdoor dining options here to stay after pandemic. Padres honor Lou Gehrig with ALS Awareness Day at Petco Park. Cultural awareness app provided for local law enforcement. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Apple AirTag update aims to settle stalking fear plus Android app in works. How to spy on iPhone with hackers for hire online. The American Reporter. Apple says it's making an Android app to keep AirTags from stalking you. Hallmark's To Catch a Spy stars Dynasty, Broadway fan favorites. Jodie Comer says she'll play a Bond villain if Phoebe Waller-Bridge writes the script. Apple refining AirTag privacy, Android anti-stalking app coming soon. Apple Insider. Benidorm Lapid, who owns the Mossad, Shin Bet, analysis. Apple bolsters AirTag privacy measures to offer Android detector app later this year. Netanyahu holds first working meeting with new Mossad chief Barnea. Biden issues an order barring U.S. investment in firms that aid surveillance and repression. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Marine Corps awards contract to Northrop Grumman for XM914E1 chain guns. U.S. Army taps Textron systems for second set of eyes. U.S. Army selects Oshkosh Defense to integrate 30mm cannon onto Stryker. U.S. State Department approves $3.5 billion Apache Hilo sale to Australia. Houthi rebels fire anti-tank missile at Saudi Abrams tank. U.S. Special Forces get powerful cryptographic device. Rheinmetall delivers first batch of Boxer CRV vehicles to Australia. German Puma combat vehicle readiness rates soar from 43% to 60%. Hanwha Defense wants in on the British Mobile Fires program. General Dynamics secures $28 contract for Army's Mobile Tactical Communications Network. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. China reaches 40% vaccine coverage, aims for 80% by year-end. Inspirational or sexist? Chinese high schoolers' speech sparks debate about privilege and rural-urban inequality. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, June 4, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Dine English, slanted door. French bulldogs have increasingly become target for thieves. Doctor discusses benefits of being exposed to cold and flu. Santa Rosa police investigate 3 shootings in last week. Increased demand causes shortages of goods. Cal OSHA approves proposed mask mandate for workplaces beyond June 15. The declines to file charges against Nuru over attempted robbery. Dog food recalled due to potential salmonella contamination. Bay Area health officers push for full-time in-person learning this fall. Bay Area's homeless problem could be solved with $12 billion, report says. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Nuggets eliminate Trailblazers in Game 6 with 126-115 win. See Batches scores to lift U.S. over Honduras in Nations League. Moncada, Lamb homer as White Sox beat Tigers 4-1 behind Lynn. Yarbrough throws complete game as Rays beat Yankees 9-2. Australia resumes W Cup qualifying with 3-0 win over Kuwait. Is 60% fully vaccinated against COVID-19 in the end good enough for Illinois? Gurney Days will be back in August sans Carnival. Mount Prospect Lions Club's July 4th Fest will come roaring back. Drive through the preferred option for June suburban Pride celebrations. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Famed Seattle spots, what they once were and what's there today. Events, new attractions, more happening in Seattle this weekend. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Blanca 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.9 m, depth 14.49 km, in off coast of Oregon April 6, 2021, 8:17 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.9 m, depth 9.06 km, in United States April 6, 2021, 7:52 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone CHOI, WAN, 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Kenya. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, June 4th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. Mapping China by the numbers, toward a government data ecosystem. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Higher chance of heavy rain and flooding starts on Friday. 2 arrested in connection with shooting nail salon owner over manicure prices, HCSO says. Texas Parks and Wildlife floats annual free fishing day. Houston chef Colby Cash finds viral success on TikTok. 4 ducklings covered in oily tar rescued in League City. Class of 2021 students offered free tuition at San Jac College thanks to private donation. Forced police warn body camera footage released under HPD's new policy. Shots fired as armed catalytic converter thieves were caught in the act in Southwest Houston. Horrific new details and death of 5-year-old Houston boy. The Galleria area traffic alert everyone in Houston needs to know about. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Japanese company launches edible memo pads, food ink pen for hungry note takers. Taiwan, feuding with China, gets vaccines from Japan. Artists show delicate process behind inside painted snuff bottles creation. The latest, clay court experts in action at French Open. Japan donates 1.24 m vaccine to Taiwan amid China influence. China urges closer Afghanistan ties as U.S. withdrawal looms. Crossing points reopen in split Cyprus as virus numbers fall. Rising Suns have high hopes after dethroning champion Lakers. Leading off, Dodgers vs Braves NLCS rematch, Red Sox Yanks. Asia Today, Vietnam to test high-risk groups in largest city. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. 24 minutes in Mount Haven. As vaccination rates rise, more companies consider soft reopenings over summer. Extra, Cluttercore is the ultimate maximalist style. Amidst high case volume, Bronx prosecutors struggle with attrition and low pay. Probe falling subway debris finds widespread deception from MTA track inspectors. New York City's expansive summer school program may be hard to pull off. Next front for police reform advocates, the New York City Council. It's the 40th anniversary of The Clash's legendary Times Square concerts. The big idea, Andrew Yang is betting on a people's bank to help struggling low-income New Yorkers. Early edition, most millennials who've bought houses now hate them. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. From non-aligned to one-aligned. UN's battle against climate hazards undermined by a devastating pandemic. On World Environment Day, Pakistan showcases ecosystem restoration. Indian Muslim minority targeted during COVID-19 pandemic. Yemen, health, environment and economy remain under threat from stricken oil tanker. Accountability crucial to truly relegate Syria chemical weapons to history. UNRWA chief calls for clear and unequivocal guarantees on staff safety in Hamas-controlled Gaza. Child marriage and domestic violence, what we found in 16 African countries. UN hails new anti-corruption network as important step to build trust, promote justice. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Another state introduces COVID vaccine lottery with $10 million in cash prizes. Dr. Byram Bridle, professor of viral immunology, University of Guelph, the COVID vaccine spike protein is in bloodstream, breast milk, crossing blood-brain barrier. New email shows Dr. Fauci was told in January 2020 the coronavirus looked engineered. Fauci emails. Read 3,200 pages of Anthony Fauci's emails. Fauci deserves to be under criminal investigation. MSNBC holds Fauci's hand through first damage control interview since Emailgate. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. USFL relaunching next year, 4 decades after its birth. Twitter starts subscription service in Canada, Australia. Is this a real military toilet paper requisition? Mosaic virus causes pattern on watermelon, but can you still eat the fruit? Is West Virginia giving away free guns to those who get COVID vaccinations? Watch the borders. Supersonic travel is coming back at United Airlines. F. Lee Bailey, an attorney for O.J. Simpson, dead at 87. Was the grapes of wrath mistranslated as the angry raisins? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Biden exaggerates opposition votes from moderates. Dominion's defamation lawsuits are still active. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Jim Crow is back because John Roberts let it happen. Abortion is why never Trump Republicans cannot work with Dems. What the FCK is wrong with Joe Manchin. FDA weighs new Alzheimer's drug, but benefits are uncertain. The global elite just got another way to leave the rest of us behind. South America is the only continent where COVID is still getting worse thanks to Bolsonaro shitshow. Bo Burnham, Inside is spectacular, must-see pandemic content, and hopefully the last. The gun mom thought killed by her husband and never found. The Queen Biden presidential visit will be way quieter than the Trump ruckus. Prepper busted with 32 bombs, and rants about Antifa. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Cosa Nostra, mobster said spirit of his grandparents told him to turn rat. No two Mets, NL goes through California. Bald eagles kill 54 lambs on Idaho farm. NYPD releases footage of suspect in fatal shooting of 15-year-old boy. Mets come up just short in loss to elite Padres. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Snapshot Curiosity sees glowing clouds on Mars. The sky this week. A ring of fire eclipse. Review Woman in Motion shows how Nichelle Nichols transformed NASA. Solar eclipse 2021, prepare for a ring of fire on June 10th. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Pace of U.S. vaccinations lag as Biden pushes to reach July 4th deadline. SpaceX launches solar arrays and science equipment to space station. SpaceX launches new solar panels to space station. NASA announces 2 missions to explore Venus. NASA is sending baby squid and water bears to the space station. 7 asteroids are zooming past Earth this week. How to watch next week's Ring of Fire solar eclipse. Biden unveils vaccine incentives as push to get 70% of adults partially vaccinated by July 4th looms. U.S. employees return to work as country emerges from COVID pandemic. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Father's girlfriend charged in connection to death of 5-year-old Houston boy, accused of putting body in box and stashing in storage unit. Woman reunited with lost wallet from 46 years ago at the Majestic Venture Theater. Man who beat wife to death on cruise in Alaska gets 30 years in prison. Minneapolis crews remove traffic barriers in George Floyd Square Memorial, new ones appear. Google diversity chief said Jews have insatiable appetite for war and killing in 2007 blog post, gets reassigned after it surfaces. Video, female Asian police officer attacked by man in San Francisco's Chinatown, arrest made. Trump man defecates on neighbor's lawn because they're Democrats. Calm app matches fine handed to Naomi Osaka, offers to pay fines for other players who decline to speak to the media. Massachusetts driver got stuck on golf course after following GPS. Wanted Aussie man appears to comment on his own wanted poster, taunting cops to catch me outside. How about that? The following headlines are from military.com. U.S. envoy announces new Syria aid, seeks delivery access. No provoking, Israeli official vows quieter tone with U.S. Afghan pilot once denied refuge arrives in America after months in hiding. For Guard and Reserve soldiers without easy access to equipment, ACFT training costs pile up. Airman gets award for saving 28 lives during Arizona mall shooting. UK halts trials of new tanks that vibrate and cannot go fast. Budget request for Arlington Cemetery nearly triples amid plans for major expansion. Gay, bisexual troops more likely to suffer sexual assaults, study suggests. Retired Navy Lieutenant Commander accused of breaching U.S. Capitol appears in court. Groceries to go, most military commissaries to start offering curbside pickup service. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. A matter of trust, Illinois Republicans find a message against Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker, but lack the money and challenger to deliver it to voters. While stationed in the Pacific during World War II, Lenhap traded for a rare bow and arrow set. His son has found a home for it in a Papua New Guinea museum. A maze, not a path, For CPS grads, there's no standard route from high school diploma to college degree, and the pandemic has added many detours. Black teen whose death sparked 1919 race riots set to receive grave marker 102 years later. Column 6 Post-pandemic steps for re-entering society while weed-whacking your front garden. Chain reaction crash on Lakeshore Drive leaves 1 dead, 1 critically injured, others hurt, Chicago police say. The company behind the viral fish tube, or salmon cannon, has a new project, keeping Asian carp out of Lake Michigan using facial recognition technology. Crowbar-wielding murder suspect denied bail, accused of fatal 2020 Rogers Park shooting, prosecutors say. Woman killed, 2 children among the injured in East Garfield Park crash, officials say. Moody Bible Institute. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Getting they-them pronouns right. 70-year-old coffee-killing fungus brought back to life to fight the disease. Arctic sea ice thinning faster than expected. Cultural, belief system data can inform gray wolf recovery efforts in U.S. Space bubble experiment could lead to more effective early cancer screenings. Researchers design simulation tool to predict disease, pest spread. CO2 emissions are rebounding, but clean energy revolutions are emerging. Scientists discover function of microbes living in oysters. Linked faults under Salt Lake City may elevate risk of building damage. Mysterious giant skull washes ashore on New Jersey beach. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, June 4th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. UK Treasury Chief optimistic on tax deal targeting big tech. EU investigates Facebook over classified advertising data. House Dems unveil $547 billion infrastructure bill amid Biden talks. Protests as Austria grapples with violence against women. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Horoscopes June 4, 2021, Angelina Jolie and Russell Brand share advice. Bridge, June 4, 2021. Word Game, June 4, 2021. Ask Amy, I didn't know what my wife was doing until my kid told me. Harriet Cole, is my grief over this girl out of line? Miss Manners, my teacher does creepy things, then says he's just pushing my buttons. Dear Abby, my extremist friend is asking my forgiveness, but I question his motivation. Mountain lion spotted walking down Millbrae Street. Crawford, does Clefany give Giants win over Cubs in battle of division leaders? Pot shop employee a winner with $4.20 gas price guess, roadshow. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. After 2-year battle, House panel to interview Don McGahn, Trump counsel. Babylon Bee demands retraction from New York Times as defamation claims stack up. Surry County, North Carolina, bans Coke machines over left-wing politics. Mike Pence says he and Donald Trump may never see eye to eye on January 6. Landlords ask Supreme Court to halt Biden administration's evictions moratorium. Lara Trump, Donald Trump won't be reinstated as president soon. AG, women misused funds raised in Philando Castile's name. George P. Bush now dubbed 47, friendly with Trump movement. Supreme Court showdown may loom over taxpayer funds for parochial schools. Justice Department elevates ransomware attacks to same priority as terrorism. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Raise and taxes. Pentagon undercounts civilian casualties in new report, experts say. Nothing is changing, ICE sends detainees to Irwin prison despite pledges to close it. Idaho state legislator doxxed to sexual assault survivor, drawing ethics complaints. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, June 4th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. NTU scientists establish new records of Singapore sea level history. Oncotarget, inflammatory microenvironment and hepatic macrophage in hepatocellular carcinoma. Most U.S. adults may lack knowledge about palliative care. Technique inspired by lace making could someday weave structures in space. Lessons from the last pandemic point the way toward universal flu vaccines. Key to landing a job after college, internships, study abroad, undergrad research and more. Biomarker predicts bowel cancer recurrence. CNIC scientists identify essential factors for limb formation. How to obtain immune bovine milk to strengthen the body against COVID-19. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Man shot to death in Westtown. Teen girl, 15, critically wounded in Lakeshore Drive shooting. Lizzie's story, Stephen King series brings out all the emotions in brilliant star Julianne Moore. 18-year-old man killed in Park Manor shootout, police. Zach Davis scuffles against Giants, allows 4 earned runs in 4.1/3 innings and 7-2 loss. Sky drop 6th straight, lose another close game to Mercury. Horoscope for Friday, June 4th, 2021. Teen hurt in Archer Heights shooting. Cubs not letting hot stretch, results shift their focus. White Sox slug 4 homers in 4-1 victory over Tigers. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, June 4th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Responding to internet creeps leads to bizarre new shared store reverse. 4 observations from attending Houston Texans OTAs. Openings and closings, Agnes Cafe debuts, Soto opens quietly. Flooding threat to continue into early next week. Apple TV Plus's Mythic Quest goes where no video game developer stories have gone before. Houston music vets take a murderous turn. Thousands across Greater Houston without power as thunderstorms continue. George P. Bush takes on scandal-plagued Paxton in race for Texas Attorney General. Astro World fan shuts down homophobia in some way. Upcoming Houston food events, pick up Southeast Asian-inspired ice cream by the pint. The next headlines are about world records making news. Collecting cars passes 100 min sales with world record Impreza, Car Dealer Magazine, Car Dealer Magazine. Put one of those bad boys on your arm, Burlington sock puppet set sights on world record in home opener, Burlington Times News. Dubai amputee breaks world record for longest wall sit, Khaleej Times. Socks up for world record attempt, NBN News. From the Beatles to Elton John, oldest DJ's storied career, the Bozeman Daily Chronicle. NCAA softball tournament, Montana fouts dominant as Alabama blanks Arizona in Women's College World Series, Arizona Desert Swarm. Ryan Clay, deadlift world record holder Studio 209, Studio 209. Armless archer Matt Stutzman smashes world record at U.S. team trials, Newsweek. World records for Young and Caroni at European Para Athletics Championships, Incidentagames.biz. First biomedical application mask to resist aerosol transmission, the RTV mask sets world record, World Record Academy. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Traffic deaths soared in 2020 and experts blame risky road behavior during pandemic. Google will let you opt out of being tracked by apps in Android 12. Why is George R.R. Martin going to the Hellfire Gala and not writing Winds of Winter? Amazon should rethink its half-baked approach to health tracking. Neil Blomkamp's demonic movie definitely has demons in it, I guess. Facebook wants your thoughts and prayers. Department of Justice to treat ransomware hacks like terrorism now. Here's the full memo. Donald Trump Jr. is now on Cameo, wishing the Dumlips happy birthday, nut. Disney's first openly gay characters, ranked by how embarrassed Disney should feel. Covered in Martian muck, NASA's InSight lander tries to tidy itself up. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nuwasib in Kuwait at 122 degrees Fahrenheit or 50 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nico in Antarctica at minus 99.58 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 73.1 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. What to expect from WWDC 2021, iOS 15, M2, and more. Researchers rewire the genetics of E. coli, make it virus-proof. Supreme Court reigns in definition of crime under controversial hacking law. Warner Brothers releases trailer for Noirisk sci-fi thriller Reminiscence. Samsung will shut down the V1 SmartThings hub this month. Sony's Generations Matter mantra crumbles, Gran Turismo 7 will be cross-gen. The world saw a sharkpocalypse 90 million years ago, and we don't know why. Stack Overflow sold to tech investor Prosus for $1.8 billion. Aviation in 2030, few bustling supersonic planes or electric air taxis? Here's why Toyota converted this Corolla to hydrogen and went racing. The following headlines are from Raw Story. He's a madman, conservative confirms Trump believes the delusion he will be reinstalled as president. Turn the lights out on democracy if Kyrsten Sinema doesn't come around on the filibuster, David Plouffe. Watch, Ken Paxton hit for being ineffective in court as primary campaign from George P. Bush heats up. QAnon insurrectionist haunted by his past as he faces recall, while running for higher office, report. U.S. may have seen massive rehiring in May despite labor troubles. Scary, Magda warns how the objectively nuts election fraud fantasies are playing out. GOP asked undercover activists to recruit the Proud Boys to interfere with the 2020 election, report. U.S. government says no evidence seen by military personnel are alien spacecraft, report. Pence's stunning rebuke of Trump contrasts with congressional GOP's continued subservience, ex-DOJ official. Joe Manchin, any infrastructure bill must be bipartisan only. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Zombie fires in the Arctic are an environmental time bomb. One family's escape from Trump's border hell, a 130-week diary. Donald Trump's parting gift to Washington was a party of shit posters. Facebook intends to crack down on bullying politicians, report. The Indiana county known for its historic HIV outbreak just voted to shut down its needle exchange. New front in ride-hailing wars, stopping blue states from treating drivers as workers. Spending by G7 nations favors fossil fuel interests over green energy. The stigma of late-term abortions is the point. The Supreme Court is about to rule on the biggest student-free speech case in 50 years. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. U.S. intelligence officials have no evidence confirming Navy pilot UFO encounters were alien spacecraft, CNN. NASA administrator says I had known about this when asked about UAP's 8 News. Fire reported on back porch of Springfield duplex, Wand. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. A simple model of the brain provides new directions for AI research, VentureBeat. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, June 4th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Taking UFOs seriously, Democrats and Republicans unified. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, June 4th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.